Happy New Year, Happy New Year, and Happy New Year once again. What's up, 23% Nation? It's Coach D of the 23% Challenge. And guys, today we're going to dive into part 4 of this amazing video series, 2017 New Year Resolutions. Part 4. All right, so without any further delay, let's go ahead and dive right on in. Okay. So in part 4, we want to talk about finances. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. In part 4, we're going to talk about how to spend less and save more. Because once again, I did a little bit of research and I came across some very common New Year resolutions that the average person is attempting to do. So, for all of us that are interested in spending less money and saving more money, guys, I want to hook you up today with 5 tips specifically from Coach D that I truly believe can help you out not only in 2017, but 2017 and beyond. All right. So guys, let's go ahead and jump into these 5 tips from you know who, Coach D. All right. Tip number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, then I got to tell you something. The golden rule of saving money is always save 10% of every paycheck that you get. Now, I do understand that some people may say, well, wait a minute, Coach D, 10% is too much. I only make a little bit of money. Now, of course, there are always exceptions to every rule. So if 10% is too much, then by all means, reduce that number. You can do 9%, you can do 7%, you can do 5%. You can go as low as 1% of every paycheck. The point is to save something. Now, in order to help keep you motivated to save 10% of every paycheck, guys, I want to help you out with a little tip. All right, here's the tip. Create a financial goal for yourself. In other words, why are you saving? Why is saving important to you? Well, are you looking to pay bills? Are you looking to invest? Are you looking to start your own business? How about take a vacation? Maybe you want to start college, or maybe you already are a college student and maybe you don't want to take out loans. Maybe you don't want to ask mom and dad and other family members for money, right? Or maybe, just maybe, you're considering buying a new home, or you're getting tired of your parents and you want to move out into your own apartment. Great. My point here is to create a financial goal for yourself. That way, you're much more motivated. You'll be encouraged to save 10% of every single paycheck that you receive. All right, tip number 2, okay? Now remember, guys, we're talking about spending less and saving more. So tip number 2 is to create an extra source of income. Now, allow me to elaborate on this second tip. I do understand that not everybody has a full-time job. As a matter of fact, most of the people listening may have part-time jobs. So, if your part-time job does not allow you to save 10% of every paycheck, then guess what? Feel free to open yourself to the possibility of an extra source of income. Now, for the average person, that will probably translate into getting a second job. That's right, guys, a second job. Now, here are a few things to keep in mind if, in fact, this suits your financial needs, okay? If you're going to get a second job, what you want to do is when you receive your paychecks, you want to save at least 10%. Now, it's definitely okay for you to save more than 10% if you want to bump it up to 20, 30, 50%, or maybe even the entire check. That'll be a-okay. But what I want to make sure you understand is that when you get this second job, if that's what you're going to do, then you want to save at least 10% of that second paycheck. Okay? Now, I do understand that I may have some mothers that are out there or people who choose to work from home. And if that's your situation, then don't be afraid to find a second source of income from an online source. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, there are hundreds upon hundreds of things that you can do online that can provide you with a source of extra income. Another quick little tidbit is if you're going to go out and get a second job, make sure it's something that you enjoy doing. Make sure that you're having fun while doing it. You got to understand something. A second job is a big responsibility, and it's probably going to eat up a considerable amount of your time. So you are going to be away from home. You're going to be away from your family. You're going to be away from your friends. So make sure that while you're on this second job or third job, okay, make sure that you're having fun. And once again, guys, create goals for yourself. So not only is it important for you to have fun at your second job, but you gotta make sure that you have a goal, because there will be days, and trust me, there will be days when maybe you don't want to go to work again. Okay? So you gotta keep yourself motivated. So you're gonna need a little bit of support. So use your financial goals as a way to support yourself. Also, if you are going to get a second job, a third job, or maybe even a fourth job, right? Make sure that you stay focused on your vision. Ladies and gentlemen, I've expressed to you just how important it is that we fulfill our life's purpose, our life's vision, our dreams, our hopes, and all of our wishes, right? So make sure that this second source of income is in direct line with your life's vision. So, as an example, let's say that you really enjoy helping people live a healthier lifestyle, similar to what I do. And maybe you're considering a second source of income. Well, if that's your situation, then you may want to find a second job that maybe deals with you being in a gym. Or maybe you could find a personal training job, something on the side, right? That'll allow you to not only collect extra money, but it'll allow you to help people out and keep other people healthy. All right, tip number 3, okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this third tip about spending less and saving more money is very important. Guys, tip number 3 is all about us recognizing our needs versus our wants. Now, if you take a look at this slide, I've actually done a little bit of comparing and contrasting for you. So if we take a look at the average person's needs, right? There's food, clothing, shelter, transportation, and let's not leave out communication. All right, so there are 5 basic needs. All right, once again, food, clothing, shelter, transportation, and communication. Now, those are our needs. Those are a necessity so that we can basically live. Now, let's talk about our wants, okay? Because oftentimes we get ourselves into financial trouble when we value our wants over our needs. So let's take a look at some of our wants. When it comes to food, ladies and gentlemen, we all know how important it is and how much money you can save if you go to the grocery store as opposed to eating out. All right? Eating out not only will cost you more money, but ultimately it can cost you your health. Why? Because you are not the person in control of making that dish. Let's talk about our second need, clothing, right? We all need pants, we all need shirts, we all need underwear, okay? But let me ask you a question. Do you really need that extra hat, those extra pair of shoes, and that extra piece of jewelry? You probably don't. So therefore, the need now becomes a want. So once again, let's value our needs over our wants. Also, let's take a look at our shelter, right? I mean, we all need a place to live, yes, Whether it's a house, an apartment, a duplex, a mansion, whatever it may be, we all need shelter. But here is one golden rule that you may want to follow when pursuing your next home and or apartment. Guys, when you're doing your monthly budget, your monthly mortgage or monthly rent should be no more than 30% of your monthly take-home pay. That's right. So if you find out or if you figure out that your monthly rent is greater than 30% of your monthly take-home pay, then chances are you are living well beyond your means. All right. So the need is shelter, but then the want is paying too much for your rent or your mortgage. Now let's take a look at transportation. Yes, we all need transportation, especially here in South Florida where you literally have to drive everywhere. But if you don't have a car, public transportation is also another alternative. Now, when we talk about cars and trucks, all right, okay, this is where it gets a little funny. I know people love Cadillacs. I know people love Mercedes-Benz, and I know people love BMWs. And for Cadillac, they have the V Series. Mercedes has the AMG line, and let's not forget about BMWs with their M division. Now, those are supercharged and turbocharged engines, which, yes, they will definitely let your car go faster. But here's the thing, guys. Is that really a need or is it really a want, right? Sit down, think about it. Do you really need all that speed? Okay, you may want it, but chances are you really don't need it. All right. And last but not least, let's talk a little more about communication. Now, I'm not going to fault anybody for having a cell phone. I have one. But here is where we need to value our needs versus our wants, right? A basic cell phone, or in this case, a basic smartphone, will definitely do the job. You can text, you can email, you can access the internet. Great. But do you really need the latest and greatest smartphone? I mean, come on. Samsung, Apple, they're getting a little outrageous with their prices. Some phones are close to $1,000. So you see, if you are trying to keep up with the Joneses and you have to have the new Apple iPhone 7s when you really can only afford, I don't know, maybe the iPhone 4S, okay, you really have to start valuing your needs versus your wants. All right. So guys, there is tip 3. Once again, let's begin to take a look at our needs and then value those needs over our wants. All right, tip number 4, and I honestly believe that this is going to help most people out. All right, tip number 4 is get help. That's right. Do not only depend on your soul, time, energy, and effort to save more money and spend less money. Guys, get help. Get help from your employer. Here's how you do it. Contact the Human Resources Department of wherever you work and ask them to increase your 401k contributions. That's right, guys. Your job can actually help you save more money per paycheck. Now, here's the really cool part. This money, you won't even see it. You see? So a lot of people may have problems with saving that 10% from their monthly paycheck, but check it out. If your employer is doing it for you, then that basically means that you need to do nothing. All right? It's already done for you. Now, there's another place where you can go to get help. That's right. Look at your bank. Okay? Guys, most banks can set up automatic transfers from your checking account into your savings account. So if that interests you, and it should, all right, you can start it, or if you're already doing it, increase the amount that you're transferring from your checking to your savings. Okay? So once again, guys, tip 4 is to get help with saving money. You can get help from your employer and you can get help from your bank. All right? Do one, do the other, or do both. And tip number 5, and this is the final tip, I promise you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you about your monthly bills. All right? When was the last time you reviewed your monthly bills? Maybe you're being overcharged. Maybe you're paying for something that you're really not using. So let's take a look at some common bills that may be a little higher than what they should be. Guys, take a look at your cable bill. Stop and think about it. Are you really at home enough to watch 200 channels? Okay, probably not. All right. So you may want to call your cable company and talk to a sales rep and ask them, hey, how in the world can I reduce my cable bill? Also, look at your internet bill. Now, I know that most cable companies do offer a package deal with cable and internet. So if you're paying for a super fast internet connection and you don't really use the internet as much as you would like to when you're home on your PC or on your tablet, then you may want to have them reduce the speed. Reducing the speed can also reduce your bill, thus saving you money. Take a look at your auto insurance policy. Now, here's an area where a lot of people overpay. Some people have high deductibles, some people have low deductibles. Some people may even qualify for special discounts, all right? Maybe you're a safe driver. Maybe you belong to a special organization. Maybe you're a college student. You never know what type of discounts your auto insurance company can offer. So whether you're a State Farm, Geico, or Progressive, give them a call. Find out how they can lower your bill to help you save money. Also, do you have a membership or subscription to, let's say, a gym, or maybe a subscription to a magazine? Well, guys, you know me, I'm all about working out, but I do understand that most people choose not to work out in a gym. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a gym membership and you find yourself not going, you have two options. Option number 1 is to freeze your account. That's right. You can actually freeze your account for an extended period of time, usually up until about 6 months. Now, they will probably charge you no more than about $10 to keep the membership frozen while you're not going, or you can just flat out cancel it. All right, guys, there's no law that says you have to have a gym membership in order to have a healthy body. No, 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 no. You can always go out to a park. You can go out to a field. You can go to the beach and get in an amazing workout. Let's talk a little more about subscriptions. Now, I love my magazines, all right? I love Car and Driver. I love Flex Magazine. But here's the thing. If I'm not reading them and I'm receiving them every month in the mail, right? You're just in my room piling up, collecting dust, then chances are I may need to cancel that subscription. So guys, don't be afraid to cancel any subscriptions that you have, especially if you don't have the time to read the magazines. All right. And last but not least, let's talk about credit cards. Okay. Guys, when was the last time you called your credit card company and asked them to maybe to renegotiate your interest rate? All right. A lot of credit card companies may do that for you. Okay. If you lower your interest rate, that'll help reduce your minimum payments and therefore saving you money. So ladies and gentlemen, that's tip number 5. Review your monthly bill so that you spend less and save more. All right, guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. Always remember, eat well, feel well, think well, do well, and it's ultimately all about being well. As always, Coach D and the rest of the 23% Nation, we have inquiring minds. So guys, here's our question of the day. All right. Which financial tip are you most likely to implement? That's right. It's a new year, so it's time to start doing things just a little differently. Okay. So guys, this is Coach D of the 23% Challenge. I'm signing out. God bless, and I'll definitely be back with part 5.